My story begins when I was born into a family of women that cared a lot about health and wellness in a really holistic sort of manner. I always refer to my Grammy as a witch. She was just always well ahead of her time. She was doing cleanses and she had encyclopedias of herbs, and I always really admired her. And so after I finished school, I went to SAIT and I studied nutrition. And it was a really powerful year for me because I was introduced to Louise Hay, and it was the first year in my whole life that I actually felt smart. So I had gone through school previously and I just didn't do well. And when I started studying nutrition, I excelled at it and I really, really loved it. And that year I learned the power of self-love. I learned that self-loving people can do anything they want. And so I dedicated myself at 20 years old to helping women return to self-love. And I had no idea where that promise was going to take me. So fast forward, I worked in a weight loss center for a while in Canada, Australia, New Zealand, and I loved working with people one-on-one in health. So I coached them in nutrition, coached them in weight loss, and from there I went and studied life coaching. There was a fascinating thing that happened to me in those days where I watched people get a program that guarantees weight loss. And even though they were desperate to lose the weight, and even though they had the program, they wouldn't do it. And I learned that there's a lot behind it. There's emotions behind it, there's family lessons behind it, there's society behind it. And so I studied life coaching to kind of team up my ability to be able to teach people about food. And then I came home from New Zealand, and I'll never forget the day. I had broken up with a boyfriend that I had been with for 5 years, and I didn't want to come home from New Zealand, and my world kind of came crashing down, and I swore off my version of spirituality, which was always a grounding force in my life. And I said that I could do it on my own. And just a few days after that, I would find myself in a 3-ish years of deep soul lesson where I found myself in a very abusive and manipulative relationship. And so in my process of getting out of that, it almost killed me. I truly 1000% believe that almost killed me. I found myself in therapy. I found myself depressed, anxious, a lot of suicidal thinking. I just felt worthless. I believed the words that had been told to me, and I saw no other way out. So I had found out about a holistic nutrition course, and I decided to take it for no real goal reason. I had no money to take it. I had no reason to take it, but something inside of me wanted me to take it. And at that time, I discovered the Light Cellar as well. And the Light Cellar became my sanctuary. I literally referred to it as a sanctuary. I can't tell you the number of times that I found myself sitting at the Elixir bar in full-blown panic attacks, just trying to figure out how to make it through the day. And I found that I found a peace and a home in speaking to plants. And it was there that I discovered the power of making elixirs. It was there that I discovered the power of the gifts of Mother Nature, that she literally has given us an entire pharmacy to be able to heal ourselves. And so I started diligently studying and diligently crafting elixirs and trying to take back some power in my self-worth and my self-care, and to alleviate some of the depression and anxiety and suicidal thinking that I had. And it worked. And I finished my holistic nutrition course, and then I got on to working with women a lot more. And I started a business where I do something called Pharmapothique, and I craft food-based elixirs. I think one of the things through my dark night of soul that I really started to understand is the power of our self-care. And if we have the ability to place ourselves first and to become divinely selfish, then we have the ability to fill our own wells. And through that, a miraculous thing happens where we literally actually become selfless. So through taking our power back and learning how to nourish our mind, our bodies, our souls, we are able to literally save the world, because peace within the world begins with peace within ourselves. Elixir saved my life. Plant medicine 1000% saved my life. I found a reverence for Mother Earth. I found a reverence for my human self, my ability to self-care, my ability to give to others. I found a reverence for plants. I find myself in deep gratitude every single day, in complete awe every day. I don't know where I would be without the Light Cellar. I don't know where I would be without plant medicine. I can take on the world now. I have energy that I didn't have before. My hormones are balanced. I don't have digestive issues. I was plagued with terrible insomnia before, like terrible insomnia, and I'm sleeping now. I don't have suicidal thoughts. I don't think I'm bipolar. I feel like a content, joyful, grateful, humbled human being, and that is because of the plants. Things that is interesting about foraging your own path and figuring out how to heal the self is that it's hard to find the resources to be able to do it. And so I love that there's a resource. There's a resource that Malcolm has created that's filled with how you can create your own plant medicine, how you can literally take back the power in your own kitchen and make delicious, magical, amazing potions gifted from Mother Earth that will heal you. I would recommend this book 1,000% to every single client I have, to every person in my life.